Shedeur Sanders catches heat because of Deion Sanders at ESPYs ceremony back in April 2025. Colorado made a big move by announcing they'd retire Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter's jersey numbers before the spring game. Normally, retiring a jersey is for legends who've put in years of work or led their team to major wins. But Shedeur and Hunter only spent 2 seasons with the Buffaloes. During that time, the team went 13-12, didn't win a conference title, and even came up short in the Alamo Bowl. That didn't stop Colorado from honoring them, but it got people talking. Critics called it a case of skipping the line, especially since Shedeur's dad, Deion Sanders, happens to be the head coach. Back in April 2025, Colorado made a big move by announcing they'd retire Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter's jersey numbers before the spring game. Normally, retiring a jersey is for legends who've put in years of work or led their team to major wins. But Shedeur and Hunter only spent 2 seasons with the Buffaloes. During that time, the team went 13-12, didn't win a conference title, and even came up short in the Alamo Bowl. That didn't stop Colorado from honoring them, but it got people talking. Critics called it a case of skipping the line, especially since Shedeur's dad, Deion Sanders, happens to be the head coach. Of course, Gillis moved on to other targets, like his now infamous Caitlin Clark bit, but the jab at Shedeur stuck. Whether you think the jersey retirement was deserved, or just a case of Coach Prime flexing his influence, one thing's clear: Shedeur's legacy at Colorado will always come with a side of jokes. And after Gillis' roast, those jokes aren't going anywhere. But while Gillis got laughs, not everyone found the jersey retirement so funny back in April, especially some big names in college football who weren't joking at all. The Shedeur Sanders controversy no one's forgetting. When Colorado announced the jersey retirements last April, the football world reacted with something sharper than jokes. Genuine outrage from those who felt traditions were being trampled. Former Colorado QB Darian Hagan, a program legend himself, spoke for many when he told reporters, "We were always told there was a waiting period. There was a policy in place. That was shocking news to me. It was hard to stomach." His words carried extra weight coming from someone who'd played during Colorado's glory years. Colorado's history made this decision even harder to swallow. Think about it. Over 135 years of football, the Buffs only retired for jerseys. They honored no 24 for Byron White, no 67 for Joe Romig, no 11 for Bobby Anderson, and waited until after Rashawn Salam's tragic death to retire his no 19, and that was for a Heisman winner. Then, suddenly, Shedeur and Hunter get theirs after just 2 seasons. You can see why old-school Buffs fans felt like someone moved the goalposts. Former NFL Pound Chad Brown crystallized the frustration on social media. Legacy matters. The past matters. Never want to take away from anything number 2 or number 12 have done. Amazing players. But to act as if CUFB was invented 3 years ago ignores the greatness in the past. His post went viral among Colorado alumni who remembered when such honors required more than 2 seasons of .500 football. Former players weren't holding back either. Michael Jones, who suited up for the Buffs in the 1980s, gave USA Today Sports this blistering assessment. For them to not have a process for the retiring of a number is asinine for an institution like Colorado. It's just completely asinine. When reporters finally cornered Deion Sanders about the controversy, his response was pure, prime-time, defiant, and dripping with confidence. "I don't want to talk about this too long. I'm Just gonna talk briefly and let it go. We're talking about Shedeur. We ain't talking about nobody else. If his last name wasn't Sanders, we wouldn't have this discussion. Only reason we're having this discussion is that his last name is Sanders. The difference between this backlash and Gillis ESPYs roast was night and day. These weren't punchlines, they were passionate arguments about legacy, fairness, and what it truly means to earn immortality in college football. And unlike award show jokes that fade, these critiques cut deep enough to linger whenever Shedeur's retired number catches the light at Folsom Field.